Hello, gang. I clicked off the screen. Welcome back. Welcome back, Dragon Guy Origins. Let's see, we just got to our fort. Took a lot longer than I thought it would because we got our asses beat super hard. We lost our tank, but we got an archer, so that's almost as good. And yeah, we got a lot of junk. I don't think I sold it yet because I still have to equip a Nathaniel here.
Yes.
Dude, once he's in our party.
Yes.
So without our tank, we need to find a replacement. I think that's a fair assessment. So we're gonna go pick up my second favorite companion. Hello?
What now?
What was that? The fuck was that? I'm scared. Oh, this man can't equip anything. Oh, he only had these rings equipped though. Like, really, I gave him something else. Huh. Did I take his armor? I did not. I wanted it. It was called like the Bear's Embrace or something, right? My name's in it. I gotta have it. I don't have enough strength. Well, I'll figure something out. Daniel can't equip it either. Sucks. How much strength did I give him? Like 20? Yeah. That's fair. I'm still way under that. Yeah, he's holding on to those so he can get some health. An extra talent point though. Huh? What's that? This champion roar. Oh yeah. Self-surrounded. By at least 2. Use Warcry. Okay. World of Warcry. So I believe to get our tank we have to go search for Kristoff, who they told us went to Amaranthine. So we have to stop over there anyways, since we're gonna pick up a ton of side quests. Again, try and not do them all at once. Because I want to get the swamp done. Is where I believe we go, right? Like, I want to go there, and then we might go back to Amaranthine with whatever time we have left. I don't know how long it takes. Also got some stuff to pick up here, though.
I don't mean to alarm you, Commander, but it's possible there are still Darkspawn in the Vigil.
Well, that's not good.
Let me explain. You know Dworkin? That mad dwarf's bombs shook the whole keep. Some of the deep cellars caved in. I suspect that there are pockets of Darkspawn below, trapped. In time, they may dig their way out.
Well, I reckon that's how they survive. They spend the whole lives digging, they might as well dig more. I, on the other hand, I don't dig.
We have men who can unearth the rubble at your command. Whenever you're ready, I can take you to the basement.
Deal. Let's go.
Straight away, sir.
Let's hope this isn't
Here we are.
difficult.
The vigil goes deep. Real deep. The hallways down here have been crumbling for years and decades. And that blasted Dworkin's explosives didn't do the structure any favors.
Oh, I'm sure it didn't. How far down does this place go?
No one knows. The vigil's always been here. Since the barbarians, they say. Who knows what's at the bottom?
Well, let's get cracking then, mate.
You heard the commander. Put your backs into it. This is where you come in. Who knows what's up ahead? We'll be back here.
Right. If I remember correctly, this dungeon, like, expands several times until you get to Fat Loots.
Now, do you have a point, Mage?
Hey, I'm fond of the hows. I'm also fond of the whys, the whos, and the whats.
How clever.
Oh, it's shameful how long it took me to come up with that.
Aw, crap, I should've sold my shit. We're turning around, damn it. Retreat. Tactical retreat.
Yes.
You need to empty your bags.
Brendan Howe's little blighter.
Is that Punished Venom Herren?
All this way, it's cold here. Very cold.
I'm sure it is cold.
The wardens have been some of our best customers, and they need us.
I miss my shop. This place is so drab. It offends my sensibilities.
Andraste, preserve me.
It's not just part of his outfit. I'm tripping over my words. He's not missing all of his clothes, just some of his outfit isn't there. What's really weird is that, like, you know, his hands are gone because he has gloves equipped, but his body's still here, which means that he doesn't have armor equipped, right? But he has pants on, and armor is one piece, so, like, what's the deal? Normally they would get rid of the body after you put your clothing on, because you're not going to see it. So, like, did they intentionally put him in this gimp suit? I think that's hilarious.
Ah, Warden Commander. I represent Master Wade, the finest...
And bloody coldest. I can't feel my fingers.
finest armorer in Denerim. I thought, well, we thought that you might have need of an armorer.
This is a Denerim, you dingus.
You don't have to tell
You
me.
naked dingus.
This is a temporary relocation. The Darkspawn are most active around Amaranthine. We thought we could help.
And I suppose the money the Crown paid us had nothing to do with it?
Shh.
Shh. We will need armor, mate.
Providing arms and armor for common soldiers. Oh, the indignity. If we are going to be so dreadfully plebeian, I don't suppose Amaranthine has any proper metal. Silverite? Viridium? Or are we back to bronze weapons? Stone clubs?
Wade has a point. He's happiest and fastest when presented with a challenge. If you come across any deposits of ore, let us know.
Alright, well, that's exactly what it sounds like. You bring him more, you get money. He upgrades his stock. I don't know if I even want to fix that one. I mean, the part where he's missing his wrist is kind of weird, but, like, pretty funny. I also wouldn't know where to start. Like with the Honora one, it was just as easy as looking up all the files with Honora in its name and deleting them, right? But I don't know what any of those files affected. And I'm not trying to, like, break everything. That's all minor characters, so whatever. Avar plate helmet volcanic. Storm Chaser Gauntlets, a fellow Discovery Channel show. I think it's Discovery Channel. It's probably... I haven't watched TV in years, guys. I wouldn't know. Sells his drink skin stuff. Mage Hunter Shield. Absorbs damage. What the shit? Spell resistance? Oh yeah. I think I will take this with me. Backpack, nice. Guardian manual, I'll take that. They let you paint your shields, that's cute. Too bad I don't use shields. Manual of focus. Respec manual, awesome. Panacea. Announce. Oh, 25% healing effects. That's pretty good. I don't know if I'd use it, but I might, like, hand it to someone. That is a good sword, so I'm gonna hold on to that too. I don't know what Mr. Kristoff is gonna come with. I'm gonna hold on to like both of these, I guess. See which one works out. And get rid of all these bolts because we don't use them. Keep them fire arrows though. Ogren's massive helmet, more like Ogren's worthless helmet. Huh. I'm sure we'll find more junk armor we can give him. I'm not concerned about that. I just bought this new shield. I didn't even consider that I had this. 5 defense 3, fatigue. Just read all of them at once and compare. Armor penetration, do like missiles, break fire. So I'm gonna hold on to this. Hello? Technically it's closed, damn it. Yeah, okay. Herren. This guy probably has stuff for me too. I think he wants materials just like them.
I emptied out my stores blasting those darkspawn. Once we're done with repairs, we should talk.
Okay. Guess I have to go to the general merchant to get rid of that crap.
Very well.
Trickster's tunic. I don't think this is going to be immediately useful, but there is like a major sub-boss that is very electric-y, so that might help with him. I'll take that too. I think it was this guy.
Mistress Woolsey says I can set up The place is a shambles now, but I reckon that will change in time. You need anything, Commander?
What you got? Slow rune tracing. Alright, bow. Ooh. Ooh. Give me that. Okay. It's okay too. I should compare this with what Anders has. I'm gonna replace his hailstone, right? Take that and this piece of junk. And get rid of these. I felt kind of stupid for not using my thingies before, but like I didn't even consider that you couldn't even use them without having poison making knowns. So I couldn't. Makes it feel a bit better. I'm not sure who wants that warrior history one. I think it's probably the dwarf chick. But we're not gonna meet her for a while yet.
Yes. Yes. Untrusted.
No. Damn it, whatever. It's only 2 items. What's the worst that can happen? I want to hear that song, that sound, every second for the rest of my life. So do I want that? I have been running out of stamina, right? And like, that's a lot of constitution. Fuck it, I'll take it. Restriction Grey Warden, but that's funny because all your party members are Grey Wardens. Hold on to that. I say that, but because the game wraps up after you finish the last major area, like instantly, it goes into the end state. The last party member that you pick up will not be able to join. Normally, anyways.
Quiet and stoic thing.
I think that was
a lot of action.
patched by one of the mods.
I take it you're an admirer, Ogren.
What? No. No. Well, not unless... No!
Good. Then I needn't worry about getting too drunk at camp.
Okay, I like you, just not in that way. Yeah?
What do you want now? OG just die already?
Right, I was gonna say, I'm not sure if that actually means anything, though. Like, I don't know if there's a flag that marks your character as a Grey Warden, or if that's just like a part of their character from the beginning.
It will be done.
Well, still Brandy, alright. Aw, Gren, I know how much you like alcohol.
That looks fine indeed.
Okay. How big is this place? Not that big.
Very well.
Boy. Ah, shit. Yeah. What?
I match your command.
As you say.
You will not win.
I feel like the mark of death still didn't activate.
It will be done.
Small plaque reads, Andraste was bathed in fire before the Maker's eyes. Okay. I don't know why that didn't just pop up like in air text. Like so many other things do. Like that. That hidden door? Oh, the torch.
Of course.
Hint. Gotcha. Tingler. Health regen, some big constitution, healing effects received. That's a good ring. And we got some health bread. I want more health. I might. take it. Or Nathaniel can use silver leaf, right? Oh well. Alright, put it back on when we get our guy, but for now I'd rather have it. What the hell? Ravenous Ghoul? They're just naked dudes. I won't. Want it to not lock onto the target so it actually hits something. Shit.
What is my task?
Sorry, who got resurrected and why?
My power is yours. Of course.
All that blood. Not again, messy.
See how slow his attack was? That looks silly. He can barely hold his axe. Damn it, I have to refight those shrikes.
Of course.
I put this on him. And needs heals. Yeah.
We could not lose.
Okay. Oh, I see. It was even much of a puzzle, it just wasn't interactable until you read the thing.
As you say.
Okay, now we're back. I did actually finish a game this week that we can talk about in a little bit. I'm assuming that we're towards the end of this dungeon. I don't think it's very long.
Direct me.
Aside from that, we're still doing a lot of the same as far as mostly playing roguelikes go. Nathaniel?
What is my task?
Oh wait, isn't this a move like an AoE? I mean, shit. No. Okay, well. Anders, you got this. Nobody here.
Consider it done.
Don't let him punch you to death. Shit.
Of course. I think I can help with that.
Oh, thank the Maker. Please let us out.
What you in for?
We don't have anything. All we have is the clothes on our back.
That didn't answer my question. Oh, I must have said what's in it for me. I misread it. Alright, get out of here.
Quick, before more of those things come.
I think I can help with that. My mother always forbade us from playing in the cellars. Now I know why.
Huh.
Yes. Of course. Very well.
I keep almost opening my mouth to say something, and then it just keep forgetting what I'm about to say. It's really pissing me off because I'm just kind of sitting here being silent. Ah, well, we lost.
I think I can help with that. My mother always forbade us from playing in the cellars. Now I know why.
Yeah, I think this is the last room.
As you say.
You see this place connects to the deep roads, but I'm pretty sure there's still blockage there. Just have to survive this, and there's a few more things to pick up. I don't think any of them are actual like quests. They're just like do this while you're walking around.
It will be done.
Crap. Can we all just leave, please? Ah, crap, Ogren. Oh. Ogren, stand back.
Your wish is
Consider it
my...
done.
Okay, now we do this. The ice. That's nice. Always don't want to lock on to anybody with it. Handers down.
My power is yours. Another foe slain. I will not falter.
Okay. I don't know why my head is so empty right now. It's really pissing me off. I was really drowsy today, but I took a nap already. Like I should should all be clear.
Yes.
Alright, we won. I don't know how Anders got knocked out all the way back there, but he won. How bow? That's a real bow. I think it's a pretty good one too. It's on par with the other legendaries at least. It's not like the best bow in the world, but it's one of them.
Yes. It will be done.
You see all the clothes he brought with him are made of High Dragon too. I mean, these guys, they knew how to get the good shit.
As you say.
I only found the key for Keyful. The other gods have their own keys, I guess. We ain't got them. You got a gift, though. Please take this, Nathaniel. I'd like you to use it. It's kind of weird that they make it available as soon as we get you, but
Is this what I think it is? It is. That's the How crest burned into the wood right there. This is my grandfather's bow. Or rather, my grandfather was the last to use it. It was originally made for an ancestor during the Exalted Marches.
looks broke.
Not broken. I heard that only a How can enable the enchantment. I remember finding it before Father sent me to the Free Marches. A shame for it to sit in storage. Thank you. It's good to have a part of my family's legacy again. Something to be proud of.
So it's enchanted to not be assembled until someone of your bloodline holds it? Why was it in storage then? You can just put that thing on display and like nobody will steal it because it's worthless. 40 dexterity? Are you kidding me? It's a good bow though. -4 second reduced name sign. 8% range crit chance, 3 rune slots. Look at the armor penetration on it. I gotta level up. Get more strength. That's all we're gonna be leveling for a while. Do I want survival? Or do I want health? Being able to detect invisible enemies does sound kind of useful, so I'll take that. It also has some good resistance bonuses on it. So we're finally level 20. That's what I wanted to talk about. Normally, you'd play this and import your character, and you're already like level 30, so like you have access to all this crap right away. So this is like really weird to me that I'm weaker than I was at the end of the main campaign. And like we're working to get to the powerful abilities. The rogue strikes with great precision, attempted to fail weaken enemies in one last blow. If the attack is successful, a target elite rank or lower is killed instantly if its health is already low enough. Attack does not kill and inflicts a critical hit instead. See, I hate this description because it doesn't tell me what the threshold for killing is. Because it's going to auto kill at a threshold, not just if it's going to do a ton of damage and maybe kill it. Because it's a crit otherwise. That's awesome. I guess we'll have to trial and error that one. Here's Visible Heartseeker. No, your enemy. Elite or lower. Something like that. Rank. There. That's how you do it. Dog didn't actually level up, he did not.
No, Adria. We have to help her. There must be some way. Adria.
Oh. Anders, you don't got this.
Yes.
Shatter him. Shatter him. Oh wait, he's not frozen anymore.
There is no hope for you now.
Oh, that's what I wanted to talk about. Last week we had that freaking big ass nor'easter, the second one so far. And like, this whole freaking week. Would you shut up, Nathaniel? This whole week it has been snowing like every other day since then. So, like, my driveway is now ruined, which was going to happen eventually, but it was too much to keep up with. And the fucking walls of snow on the side of the roads are ridiculously high. Anytime you have to make a turn, it's like a death sentence.
You murdered a slew of Darkspawn there. Well, you hear the stories about you and the Wardens. But to see it firsthand...
Yep, that's what we do.
Well, I'm impressed. Anyway, it looks like the explosives caved this section in. I brought along Master Voldrick.
So, this is how you humans ply your stonecraft. Disgraceful, that is. What, this would barely last a few centuries. I wager these passages may go far enough to connect to the deep roads.
Yeah. They came from below?
Aye. The Orlesian lads would have had a terrible surprise. Explains how experienced men fell to the Darkspawn. This is a grave matter. If we don't shut these tunnels, the Darkspawn can attack from below again.
And trust his blood, there are basement entrances throughout the keep. There's no way to defend against that.
Then we follow the tunnels and hope to find a single point to block off. Never you fear, lass. With the Warden's muscle and my stonecraft, we'll find a way.
Well, let me know when you do.
We'll need some time, but as soon as we clear it, we'll let you know. Of course.
Yeah, it's just too much to keep up with. These aren't just like little baby snowstorms, like 5 inches each time. Which is enough to make getting up the driveway difficult, right? But like, it happens overnight, so I have to go to work every time, which means you drive over it, it gets packed down, and then it freezes over by the time you get home, and you can't really shovel it anymore. Not to mention, I just have a crap ton of land to cover. It's been like a really shitty winter so far, and it's only just started. I don't think winter officially starts till sometime after Christmas, right? Towards the end of December.
My brother used to drink like you do, dwarf.
Fun fellow to have around then, your brother.
He could find his fun almost anywhere. And then he would vomit on your shoes.
Ah, good times.
And that got me thinking, like, I know winter's always shitty, but this one has been especially bad. I was like, why do we even have our year end at the start of winter? That's just gonna, like, start your whole year off on a shitty note, right? Wouldn't it make a lot more sense for it to start at spring, and, like, everything's coming back and it's nice? Season of rebirth and such, new year. We just arbitrarily decided that it needs to happen in December.
You're back. You need anything?
I need you to put on some damn clothes.
Oh, this will help a great deal. Viridium.
Armor and weapons could be made with this.
Commander, if you like, we could outfit your men. It wouldn't cost you anything, but some soldiers would have to guard the miners.
You'll have your gods. Get us that gear.
So I'm to make armor for all Amaranthine's rabble? Herren, you abuse me so. It's unconscionable.
Commander's orders.
Irony.
Fine, I'll work. But I want a challenge one day. Something to sink my teeth into.
And, like, in a lot of games, like life sim games, that is how it works. Like, the year starts in spring. Because winter's always, like, the harshest season, and these kinds of things. Like, you'll be a farmer or something, so you can't grow crops at the end of the year. So it wants to give you sufficient time to, like, learn the game before that happens, but...
Look at that! Was Andraste really that much of a looker? Don't you think she would have been, I don't know, a barbarian?
Well, yeah, but barbarians are hot.
Sure, but Andraste was a real person once. Before she up and married the Maker, I mean. What would she have thought of the Circle of Magi? Forcing mages to fight demons, or be made tranquil?
She did fight against them, but... I might be confused. Tranquility thing's fucked up.
No doubt you're right. Seems to me that Andraste counseled men to seek their own path to the Maker, but the Chantry uses her words as a reason to collar us just for being who we are.
Like a spider web or something stuck in my beard. Mages are dangerous, though.
Sure, but we're not dragons. We can think for ourselves.
You slay dragons.
Oh well. She's still quite a looker for a prophet. I'm just saying.
Ah! I'm sorry you disagree, buddy. How about you take this nose ring I found for you? Whoa! I feel like 10 spell power is probably better than 10% fire damage, but I'm not sure. I came here for the freaking nose ring. Earring.
You shouldn't have.
You'd tell, because he's wearing one. Delilah Howe's letters. Corresponds between Delilah Howe and her friend in Denerim. Writing greetings and... I have something to say about this, actually.
This is nice.
This is nice. If we go back into the keep, everyone will get their injuries healed. So as I was saying, I thought that maybe that's what, like, the Lunar New Year was, right? Because, you know, there are 2 separate New Years, or 3, I guess, with the Chinese one. I don't think that's the new Lunar one, or maybe it is. But, like, I'm not even sure what the point of that is either, because, like, it happens in January, apparently. Like, there's a freaking... There's sales on the stores now. That's how I know.
You need anything?
So, like, what's the deal? Why did we all decide their year needs to start in the worst season? And why is there not a holiday specifically for what I'm suggesting? Not to mention with, like, the celebrations and stuff, everyone gathers around outside in the fucking freezing cold, getting frostbite to watch a fucking ball drop. No. Never mind. I think she is the enchanter. I also have a helmet. Maybe you can give that to Nathaniel. Nah.
May I be of service? Of course.
F.
May I be of service? Of course.
I think I'll probably fight a lot of undead, right? And give this one, this can be our stun knife. For resistance, I'll take it. Give me all the nice stuff. My guy lives longer than anyone else. Mental stuff, armor, constitution, soul attacks. Oh, I'll take more constitution. And that armor, probably. And then, do I want a chance to avoid missile attacks or resistances? Oh no, I give it all to Nathaniel. Well, I guess he does need it since he doesn't have any other clothes on. I'll put this on. Yeah, I'll take these out too, actually. I'll put them in the Trickster tunic, because you'll be able to wear that soon in like one level. He's gonna be at a distance, so I'll probably help him more than do his with the armor. Constitution, he'll get it. Oh, wait, this is the Bear's Embrace. I want these ones. One's for Nathaniel. Okay. I still have that chainmail. Alright, we're good.
Yes. Yes.
Jesus, that already took an hour.
Dirty little dwarf, aren't you?
Commander, so this is human construction, is it? My brother said you'd need a stonemason, but he didn't know the half of it.
You're a Freemason then?
That I am. A proper Orzammar Mason. Although, I suppose I'm a surfacer now. The Darkspawn did a number on this keep of yours, but I suspect it was crumbling well before they showed up. Your seneschal gave me some fancy decree promising men and monies to fix the Vigil, but it's a paltry sum. I suppose it would be sufficient to reconstruct the walls to human standards, but who'd want that?
A human, I'd imagine. But what you want, Mr. Dwarf? You know walls.
I'm not certain of the character of the stone in these parts, but we'd need more men for certain. Proper skilled men, not some starving dusters, right? Which all boils down to coin, really.
Here's your money. You better do good.
It will be, Warden. Good luck to anyone who tries to breach these walls. Ha!
And somewhere along the line, everyone decided that instead of saying gold, or sovereign, or money, they gotta say coin. It's all about the coin. Need coin. I'll do that for a bit coin.
Samuel! Groundskeeper Samuel! Is that you?
Who? Maker's breath. If it isn't little Nate. I'd know that face anywhere.
Groundskeeper, I am overjoyed that you stayed on. Please, do you know how my brother died? And my sister? I was in the Free Marches.
Your brother died in the war. And Lady Delilah, don't you know? She isn't dead, son. Not that I know of. Last I heard, she married a storekeep in Amaranthine. Don't know which one. Poor girl.
Did you hear that? My sister is alive.
Wow, it's almost like you're someone else. Some other handsome young man I used to fight with. Wonderful news.
Could we ask around the shops? Next time we're in Amaranthine?
Alright, alright, we are
Thank
heading
you.
there.
I would be interested to know just what happened to her.
It became very apparent to me that the coin thing, Dragon Age 2, I just feel like a lot of the dialogue was very samey. Everybody was very greedy, all about the coin. But then, I started to notice it in like every other fantasy game after that. Everyone just started saying coin. I don't know why. Catboy. Hungry? Take that as a yes. Well, let's go get you some dinner, buddy. But, like, I doubt that's how people even talked back in the Middle Ages. Like, I doubt the normal person had money. It was probably more of something for the nobility to deal with. While, like, all the serfs lived under more of a socialist system where they just got things from their governing lord, right? So it's not like money, a coin, a gold would be in their dialect. But I feel like they thought they were trying to be more realistic when they just made all the uneducated peasants say coin. I wish that they just mix it up some. I don't know why they're like struggling so much to avoid saying money, specifically. They use the word sovereign when they're talking about gold coins specifically, so that's like, you know, saying the big bucks, not just coin. I don't know why that specifically set me off, but like, I just don't like hearing the word anymore. Right. This is a farm that was being attacked, I believe. It's just like a small map battle encounter. Some dark spawn, so we can go wrap that up quick. I think this is like a small bandit encounter too.
These are vile and tainted creatures.
That didn't work. Yeah, don't think we won this.
What needs killing?
I feel like everyone went down really quick there.
Darkspawn, beware!
You see how like detailed the map is? That's because we're not going over the whole nation this time. We're just in like a small holding. So like all these trips, they're just like an hour, maybe even less. So like all the events that happen in this campaign are like over the course of a couple days, less than a month at most. It's kind of weird to think about considering like how much actually happens. But it also like draws into question how long the events of the base game took to actually get done. Because, like, there was a big-ass army at the attack of Ostagar, and then you, like, walked all around the place several times over since then, and only then, by the end, did they actually reach Denerim, when it should have just been, like, a week's walk, maybe. Just, like, a short beeline to them. If they stuck to the highway, they wouldn't have even had to deal with any armies. Maybe they were just busy roughing up the other kingdoms. Yeah, these Darkspawn are hard. Shitty Deathblow doesn't do anything.
Darkspawn, beware!
You flossing your teeth with the arrow? No, save it. Damn it. Still got this, I think. Have to make it to him without getting shot. The arrows seek. You can't really dodge him like that. Can he block it with his sword? No! I could have stunned him. I thought that was what he cast just now. Come on.
Quickly as I can.
Get this freaking archer, man. Shit. Sloppy. Alright, well, this stuff might actually take us a little bit, so I guess we can go into our game. I played Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening remake for the Switch. Now, you might be thinking, well, why'd you already play another Zelda game, huh? Did you just do Majora's Mask? Well, that's true, I guess. But I played, like, not a lot of Majora's Mask, okay? That was the ass end of the game. I had one dungeon left when I came back to it. It really wasn't that much. They give me my whole fill. Also, this is a remake of a Game Boy game, so, it's like the 2D style. Which is a bit different. I guess the game flow is still the same, but as far as the gameplay goes, it's a bit different. I think they're a lot more simplistic, but, like, I enjoy them. I feel like the shallow combat mechanics have always been less noticeable in them, just because of the presentation. So anyways, my brother allegedly had this game on his Game Boy Color, but I've never played it, nor have I ever seen it. I didn't even know it existed until a few years ago, honestly, when I watched a speedrun of it. But whatever, he remembers it, so good for him, I guess. So this one's a bit of a weirder Zelda title, and it, like, has references to other Nintendo properties. Like, when you go into dungeons, there's some, like, side-scroller segments you go through, and they'll have, like, piranha plants and Goombas in them. And there's, like, a claw game you can play, which you'll collect little statues of Mario enemies as well. There's a fishing game where you catch cheeps and stuff, bloopers. It's not like... You do run into a Kirby as well somewhere. There's no references to Metroid. I guess would maybe be a little out of theme. But I guess they basically confirmed that Kirby and Mario's universes are in the same world, because the game allegedly takes place in a dream. But why would Link even dream up that stuff if he didn't see it somewhere else? So yeah, much like this campaign being called Awakening, very generic name. However, it was tongue-in-cheek about it, and that the game is literally just about waking up from a dream, or a nightmare rather. See, it opens up with, like, your boat getting wrecked, crash, wash up on a beach somewhere, and that's it. You don't have your memories or whatever. Like, not that your character even talks, so it doesn't really matter, but you just immediately get off to adventuring after picking up your sword on the beach. They give you your shield for free, too. It was actually kind of interesting how you started the game with only a shield, because it, like, taught me the functionality of it. You don't have to fight enemies, you can just block and avoid them, or there are these little spike ball things that are blocking my path, and I can, like, hold out my shield and push them aside. Much like Majora's Mask, this game actually had, like, some of the harder puzzles I've seen in these games, and, like, they're creative, too. a lot of unorthodox things, so unlike Majora's Mask, most of this shit was not annoying to do. I just had like a pretty good time going through all of it. The game offered hero mode from the beginning instead of like making me beat it, so like I did that first. And I got my ass beat, honestly. I wasn't expecting there to be a big lack of healing items. See, normally you get the bottles and you can put things in the bottles. Like, there's usually a potion shop, or you can find fairies, of course. And sometimes they let you catch, like, a hornet that you can unleash on your enemies, too. But in this one, those were not an option. In fact, the bottle is called a fairy bottle, because it can only hold fairies. On top of that, the fairy is not, like, a full heal or anything, and it doesn't activate when you die like it normally would. You just have to use it, and you have to collect fairies. There is a fairy fountain relatively close to the start of the game that's available to you, but, like, fairies that you can keep in a bottle do not spawn at that one. So you do not have any way of healing yourself once you're inside a dungeon. So, you know, of course, as I got more health, the game got a bit easier. But I just, like, I got my ass beat pretty hard. I think I died 76 times, because it put a death counter on my save file. And there is a secret ending of the game that you'll get if you don't die at all, so, like, I really failed that. I think before you'd get it if you collected all the memories, but that system isn't in this version of the game because it's not on a Game Boy anymore. But originally, after doing certain side quests, you'd, like, take a photo with your friends, and that would go into your photo album, and you can go into, like, a Blockbuster and print out those pictures. Which is a silly concept, because, like, you can just buy them as posters, right? They're all the same picture, there's nothing unique about them. It was on the Game Boy, which didn't have color. So yeah, that system's just entirely removed, but they were replaced with, like, animated cutscenes with cinematography and stuff. That was nice to see. See, it has a cutesy art style that I really enjoyed. The only part of it that was kind of weird is that, like, when you see Link jump around, you can tell that he doesn't have legs. I guess his tunic is, like, a sort of a skirt, so it's supposed to, like, hide his legs, but he just has, like, really long feet. I also remember in the trailers, you'd, like, instead of hearts, you'd pick up, like, apples and stuff, and he'd eat them while he's walking when he heals. But because we're in hero mode, health items don't drop ever, so I didn't get to see any of the cute apple munching, sadly.
What is my task?
In addition to that, hero mode just makes you take, like, double the damage, and healing items don't drop. That's basically all there is to it. So I feel like this game definitely made good use of all the items that you picked up. Like, I never had to stop using something. I would open up my inventory constantly to swap things out. which is good. I think that's a problem that most of the games have, where you just only use the item for one dungeon, maybe a couple overworld puzzles. Now, everything just kept building on each other. Especially with the first one you get, which is Rock's Feather, which lets you do a little jump. It's kind of weird for a Zelda title, especially a 2D one. But yeah, the jump is used for a lot of things, including aerial combat. Like, if you fight a bat, it'll fly above you and you'll have to jump up to do a slicing attack on it. Which is kind of difficult with the camera angle, but it's neat, I guess. Basically, I always had that equipped because jumping is like a pretty standard functionality. I just always want it around, so I pretty much only had one slot to use because you only get to equip your items in X and Y, and the D-pad is used for nothing. Come on, Nintendo, why? I wanted to be able to move with the D-pad because of the perspective, but, like, at least let me put my items on it, man.
I am ready.
So I got all the collectibles, or most of them. One thing that I didn't really do much of. So there were seashells for you to collect all over the place. You'd like dig holes for, or you'd knock yourself into a tree, or you'd do a side quest, or you get them from the claw game. And when you turn these in, you'll get a reward at certain markers. One of which is the upgraded sword, which does twice as much damage and shoots out a beam when you're at full health, just like the Master Sword normally would. And the others are like heart pieces and money. One's a tracker. The first one you get is a tracker that helps you find more seashells. This is nice to have. Made things a lot easier. Also, your world map has, it'll mark off places where you missed some. So I think I missed like one by the end of the game, and I just like looked up a map of where they all were, and I cross-referenced it with my map, and I quickly found what I was missing. Spoiler alert, they all came from the fishing minigame. With the fishing minigame, you get awards for catching specific rare fish. And, like, some of them have multiple awards, because I caught ones that were, like, a size and the type that I needed. But he only gave me one reward at a time, so I missed a couple of the seashells because of how I caught them, right? I didn't know. The little statues you got from the claw game, you can put them down in people's houses, but they don't do anything. Nobody even talks about it, which is kind of disappointing. Because some of them are really hard to get. I wish I got some reward for it. I'm sure it was easier on the Game Boy version, but in this, it's like a one-to-one claw game. Like, everything has a good collider on it, and you have to actually keep it in the claw, and like, it can slip through the cracks if it's weirdly shaped.
Beware!
So like, when you get the piranha plant, it's just way too big for the claw to even get, so you have to knock it over on the side before you can actually grab it. As far as like the combat in the 2D games goes, it's just like spammy. You do like a horizontal swipe that covers a few tiles in front of you when you hit the button, which works. But because of the jump, you now have like a vertical slicing you do when you jump over guys. So you can jump over enemies. There are some enemies that have shields, and you'll have to like break their guard by like either beating them again, or like shield bashing them. Essentially, you run into them with your shield out, which slows down your movement, so it's kind of difficult to do. But I thought it was a neat mechanic. I never really used the shield in other titles, into the past, and the Oracle games.
Surrender!
Damn. So I was surprised with how the combat was, I guess. Another thing with like how different the puzzles were, a lot of the items that you pick up come from the overworld rather than the dungeon. And a handful of them were even just like purchased in a store, like bombs. Those just become available at some point. You're supposed to buy them. Or the arrows, the bow and arrows.
Immediately.
Just like an expensive thing, and I don't think they're used for any puzzles in particular, but like it does come in handy.
My power is yours.
So there's also a fast travel system, which is nice to see. You don't unlock it until you've done like 2 or 3 dungeons first. So you get to appreciate the value of the fast travel system, right? Basically you play a song, and it lets you warp to points that you've discovered on the map already. God damn it. I think that the animation for it's funny because you get like shot up into the sky by a water jet. So it's just like when the bidet on blast.
Yes. Right up. And this to the rescue.
So I thought a lot of the boss fights were not too difficult, and maybe just because I got a lot of practice on them after the fact, because to replace the rewards for the whole photo booth thing, they had in a different system where you get to build your own dungeons, in quotes. Let's see, you get to pick up chamber stones, sometimes as quest rewards, which offer unique rooms. And you can also unlock modifiers for these rooms, like you can make it so it just rains bombs the whole time you're in there. Otherwise, most of the rooms are just like you get all the rooms from whatever dungeon you just finished when you go talk to Dampy afterwards. Yeah, Stampy the derpy gravekeeper. You love to see him. So, in addition to making your own and being able to share them, he also offers challenges, which come in sets of 4. And when you complete them, you will get rewards.
I'll take care of it.
See, there's a heart piece, 2 whole heart containers, a bottle, a seashell, and of course additional chamber stones. So like it is worthwhile to do his challenges, and after you've done the first 3 waves he stops giving you stuff, but he unlocks like a big set of new challenges for you to do.
You're no match for me!
They're all more unique. Basically these come down to him already having some rooms placed or like conditions that you need to meet. And you just place whatever you want inside it. Try to get things done in the most efficient way possible.
Is the battle over yet?
Probably gonna die. Damn it. So they want... In some situations, they'll be like, okay, the condition is you have to do this dungeon with only 3 hearts, or without using your sword, right? So they want you to pick out specific rooms that have less enemies, or that are easier, but it doesn't tell you, like, what kind of enemies are in the rooms on the menu. You're just supposed to remember because you've been in that room before, right? Which is kind of annoying. It does tell you if there's a locked door, or a bomb wall, or a treasure chest in the room, which is what you're, like, encouraged to do. Put as many treasure rooms as you want in there to get easy money, because buying stones from the store is very expensive, and that's the one thing I didn't do. I bought 1 set of them, and I believe there are 7 sets you can purchase. And they're just, like, a crap ton of money. So with the exception of the boss room, I didn't really get to pick and choose my enemies. I kind of just, like, got the shape that I wanted, and then I put the things in, right? I didn't pay attention too much to what I was actually building. And the thing that really saddens me is you can't really set up any puzzles in these dungeons. Any room with, like, a specific puzzle is just, like, out. Or sometimes the puzzle will still be there, but it's like, it doesn't lead anywhere. Like, there are ones where you have to hit a crystal and it makes the blue tiles come up and the red ones go down and vice versa. So you're supposed to use that to, like, open up locked pathways throughout the whole dungeon, right? But in this case, because not all of your rooms are themed around those pushy pillars, you can't do anything fun with that. Son of a bitch, these guys are kicking my ass. So it did get a bit more playtime out of me, but I feel like the whole system is kind of like limited and underbaked. And there's a reason for that. It's because it needs to like be sure that it can work before it even lets you go into the dungeon. So like they can't be sure that you set up puzzles that work correctly. They just want to make sure that all the rooms are connected, that like the chests have the keys that you need in them. They made it so you have to open up every single chest to get your boss key, like it's always in the last chest. So like they really had to break some rules to like take away the intuitive design of these dungeons. Kind of saddening, but I guess that just like it's a proof of concept as to why Zelda Maker probably won't ever exist. Like it's hard to do good. So something I did like is normally you have like a companion, they'll give you hints or stuff when you're fighting a boss, right? Like, you know, Navi. Hey, listen, listen, listen. Press up so I'll shut up. In this game, you don't have a companion, but they did add an additional dungeon item. Normally you get the map, the compass, and the boss key, but now they have the stone beak as well, which you can put in these statues that appear somewhere. They're kind of like gossip stones.
I'll do it.
And it'll give you a hint about something. Which did in fact come in handy sometimes. Like in the Turtle Rock dungeon, there were some rooms where I had to use this little Roomba thing to fill in all the holes in the room, which it can only... You can't go over a spot that you've already been when you're driving it, so normally I would just make a path and go across, but if you fill in all the holes, a chest will appear, which is how you get your boss key and other keys, of course. So, like, I never would have even thought to do that otherwise.
Here.
Also, apparently there's, like, a shrine on Tsushima Island, which I learned from playing Ghost of Tsushima, of course, called Turtle Rock.
Yep.
Probably why the name appears in so many different Zelda games, right? See, should also, like, mention that Link sounds like a little Japanese boy in this game. It's not his usual voice, which I kind of love it. With all the references and the cutesy art style, it just feels more like the fun little adventure around Japan that Miyamoto is always talking about. And, like, the descriptions on items are kind of funny, too. Just, like, dialogue in general. Like, you open up a chest and get, like, 20 rupees, like, lucky!
Let's make this quick!
I always read it in Napoleon Dynamite voice, of course. Lucky!
Yes.
Hold on.
See, so there are actually 9 dungeons in this game. 8 of them are mandatory, right? Or I guess there's also an additional sub-dungeon, so make that 10. You know, the first ones are kind of short, but they get pretty lengthy. I did like 2 a session.
As you said. Of course.
Your goal is to collect these instruments so you can play the Ballad of Awakening for this big Yoshi egg sitting on top of a volcano and awaken a thing called the Windfish. As you play the game, you learn that awakening the Windfish is maybe not a good idea because you're going to end up destroying the dream world, which... Like, I don't think there was ever any question that this world was a dream, but they built it up as if it was some sort of devastating secret. Damn, he got sniped.
Let's make this quick!
Those damn archers, they keep hitting us. It's like they have a bow or something, man. Crazy.
Consider it done. I'm on it.
So with this game's big focus on music, I'm sure it really benefited from the remaster. That it doesn't have to have like bit crushed synth music in it. When you're in the town, the like main NPC Merren, you can talk to her and she'll start singing the Ballad of Awakening for you, which is how you learn it to play in your ocarina.
Here.
And it's actually a pretty nice sounding song. However, it also has like a very similar melody to the Saw theme song, which I thought was hilarious. And it plays like a sad version of it when you die, which, as I said, I died a lot. So every time I died, I just started doing the Saw theme.
I'm at your command. This is it!
Come on, mage boy. Go get him.
Keep them on their toes!
Get messy.
You will not win. You are denied.
So I did say that I like the art style for the most part, however, there is one complaint I have, and that's that the upgraded shield looks lame as fuck. You start with like the Hylian shield, it's all decorated, classic design, it's shiny, it's like, it's really well proportioned for Link's body, it just looks good. And then like, one of the last items that you get is the mirror shield, which lets you deflect lasers, of course, right?
Very well.
And it's just like a shiny brown shield. It's just like a big tower shield, and it's bronze, I guess. I don't know, and it doesn't have any design on it. I doubt that the Hylian shield was like an official design at the time the game was made, so like they redesigned the basic shield to look cool. Why didn't they make the mirror shield like the mirror shield from Ocarina of Time or Majora's Mask? Or even Wind Waker, that one's pretty snazzy, right? With the scorpion on it.
As you say.
So, you know, despite getting my ass beat, I had a pretty great time with the game, I think. Kind of on the shorter side, but also pretty long for one of the 2D style games. It also did a lot of experimental stuff, which I appreciated. The puzzles were good. It's not as, like, a big, epic, grand adventure as Link to the Past, but that was also, like, a blockbuster console release at the time it came out, so, like, it shouldn't be. However, it, like, definitely holds, it holds its own against Link of the Past, and as far as my general enjoyment of it was. I think this is probably, like, number 2 to me. Which I guess before was probably a Link Between Worlds, but, like, that's just a Link to the Past again, so, like, this gets more credit. I've been using these.
To battle!
Go get him, bear.
This is all too much! Surrender! Merciful!
Very well.
Hey, we did it.
It will be done.
I can't go on. I failed.
Storm Chaser
It's all too
boots.
much.
Yes.
So I thought most of the things were fine. There's like a library that you can go to, which has a couple like directional puzzles, like, you know, Lost Woods type things. If you go the wrong way, you end up back at the first room. There were a couple combinations there that I had to try and remember, but, you know, because the Switch has the share button, you can just take a picture of it, which I thought came in handy. Probably a bit less annoying than it was on the Game Boy. One of those leads to another major optional dungeon called the Color Dungeon, right? Which lets you get a different tunic. Now, before Ocarina of Time, tunics only meant that you'd get a bonus. They weren't for elemental resistance. So, you can get the blue one, which halves the damage that you take, or in my case, makes it the normal damage values. Or, you can take the red tunic, which makes you deal double damage. Which is probably what the speedrunners always go with, but again, I was getting my ass kicked, so I ended up getting the blue one. And I still got my ass kicked. I found it as maybe my 4th dungeon, like I came across it pretty early, and it was a difficult dungeon. I definitely wasn't supposed to be there, but also, most of the enemies were killed using something called magic powder, which you just throw in enemies and it does something. So, like, you're supposed to spend your money to buy more powder, or you have to find the upgrade to get a bigger pouch, but I just, like, I ran out of a lot of powder when I was in there, which I was able to refill, because, like, the shop for that's right outside. Still, it was a bit frustrating. And it was definitely welcome to get the blue tunic so early, though.
Another step and poor Lady Eileen dies. Where's Lord Bensley? The deal was he'd give us the money himself.
I thought it was nice how they had, like, a whole optional dungeon, though. Like, a full-ass dungeon with a boss, mini-bosses. Just to get something like that. It's not something you see in the other games. Show me the girl, damn it.
Orc, show her.
Orc?
Hand over the gold. Now.
That's not Hawk. How dare you. You send the girl, then you get the money.
Orc, send her over. The money. Now.
Okay. Well, go away. I don't want to fight you.
Right. Men, we're heading out.
And theoretically, that could have been Hawk. He did join a mercenary company at this point in time. Like, the game starts before the Blight, or during the blight, and then like you go into servitude for a year as it all wraps up before 2 actually starts. That could have been him, but it looked nothing like him. Though I'm sure they were like in development simultaneously, because 2 only took a year to make.
Thank the Maker, thank you. I thought I was going
Anyways, I'm glad they offered a peaceful solution, considering how much time we just wasted, right? Get more strength. Is there anything else I have to say about it? Right. I wanted to complain about the final boss. Fade Shield passive. Arcane Shield stab, pathway into the Fade on no chance resisting hostile spells or evading physical attacks. All spells active. And no lesser chance of both when the spell is inactive. Alters Arcane Shield. Okay. That's cool. Now he has a chance to dodge attacks in addition to the defense boost. What was I saying? Alright, so the final boss, he has like 8 phases. And he transforms for each one, of course. And some of them he transforms into bosses that you've already fought before, so you should know how to fight them. But for most of them, he transforms into new guys, and there's seemingly no reason why he doesn't take damage from most of your things. They want you to use a specific weapon to fight him, but they don't give you any hint as to what it is. So, like, for one of them, he transforms into a wizard. Okay, I've played Link to the Past. This is the Agnum fight. I'm supposed to play tennis with the guy. Easy enough. Except sometimes he shoots projectiles that you can't tennis back at him. Which, how are you supposed to know that except for when you get hit? And then there's the other most annoying one is when he turns into this big moblin. And, I used everything on him and I could not figure out how to hit this fucker. Basically, once he throws his weapon and starts Beyblading around, you were supposed to use your Pegasus boots to charge into him and stab him, which gets you hurt in the process. So not only is there not a way to damage him without hurting yourself, they just make you use something that you haven't had to use on any other thing in the entire game. Like, how the hell was I supposed to figure that out? I had to look it up. I did also find an exploit to do a lot of damage to him in one round and, like, fit him down in one phase, but still, that's shitty, because with all these different phases against unique bosses, you're gonna do a lot of trial and error, and you're gonna take a lot of hits. But, like, there aren't a lot of options to heal yourself, so you're probably just gonna die. Which really screws you over if you're trying to get that bonus ending for not dying.
The rumors about you did not overstate it. I have a business proposal. Look for me by the house near the gates. I promise it will be worthwhile.
So, yeah, that was probably my least favorite part of the whole deal. Just the final boss. It wasn't a bad fight itself, it just didn't explain itself to me. So, all in all, I don't think that they made the game any worse than the original, right? I think that they only improved it. The dungeon feature a little underbaked, but like it was cool to see. Final boss pissed me off, otherwise I enjoyed it. It had a nice difficulty level for this kind of game. Combat system a bit more advanced than I thought it would be. Presentation is wonderful, of course. And the puzzles were even good. They weren't baby dick easy as I was maybe expecting.
You don't actually think your jokes are funny, do you?
Could have sworn that fly was buzzing again.
So...
Let me tell you about my life in one word.
Oh no, don't take me back to the tower. I'm far, far too delicate.
I'm not only a dwarf, I'm a moron. Listen to me fart.
Oh no, big Templar man. What are you going to do with that sword?
Ew.
What?
Don't play with fire unless you want to get burned, son.
I'm gonna give it an 8, let's say. Which is about what I was expecting to. I was leaning towards a 9 for a while, but it just has a couple big minor inconveniences. Keep it from that. I thought it was really enjoyable. I wish that they made the 2D style a bit more often. I'd really like to see one in the style of Zelda 2 again. Or even a remake of that would be great, right? So I thought it was a great game. Worth the time, worth the money. And, glad I finally played it. Surprised I never heard of it for a very long time. Considering how well I thought it compared to Link to the Past, which is a much bigger budget game. You'd think that there would be a bigger fan base for that one. As I've been sitting here because we're giving him a cat. He can't not say something about it.
Oh, look at the cute little kitty. There was a mouser in the tower named Mr. Wiggums. Only company I had when the Templars locked me up. Miss that beast a lot sometimes. But I can't keep a cat. We fight Darkspawn for a living.
You can stay at the Cape then, because I will keep him.
I suppose. Well, I'll keep him just for a while, until I find somewhere safer. Is that okay with you, kitty? I'll call you Sir Pounce-a-lot. You can stay in my pack. Just for a little while, yes?
Right. And that, of course, is why he wants this bell as well. I think there's a conversation where he tells you about that cat at the tower. Is how you're supposed to know to give him the cat.
You shouldn't have.
Elf will live there rather. An elf would want that. Now, he also talks about how he had a cat before in 2, where he's a companion. I think that's how I figured out how to give it to him. Because that cat was just, like, on the streets before. I never interacted with it. It's just a cat. It was just gonna say meow when I clicked on it, right?
Ah, Warden Commander. I knew you'd come. You know an opportunity when it presents itself, no? I offer a partnership that would benefit us both.
Yeah, alright. I like partnerships.
The bartender at a local inn has overstepped his bounds. He was hired to watch one of the entrances to our den, but now seeks to extort more coin. Terrible, isn't it? A person of your influence would have no trouble convincing him to open the passage.
It's not extortion if he's extorting a criminal, is it? We'll have a talk.
Return to me when this is done.
So I believe there's actually... This is like a two-sided quest, and that there's an option to shut down this whole smuggling ring if you want. However, every action has a consequence, of course. Because you're in like a more small-scale area, smaller things like that quest will have a much bigger impact.
I suppose my father is lucky his didn't end up there.
That's barbaric.
Hey, what are you staring at? Looking to start something?
These are the guys who found the chasm deep roads.
Oh, here to investigate the chasm, are you? It's about time. I can't take all the credit for finding the rift, you know. Mika here fell in first. Well, it's quite a ways out of town. We were tracking a buck off in that direction, you see, before this darkspawn mess. We'd been on his tail for about a week at that point. I'd wager he thought it was great fun leading us on a merry chase as he did.
Should not shoot him? What's the deal? Don't... In the chasm? I'm not here to talk about your damn deer.
Oh, the chasm, yes. We saw it coming over a rise. It was really something to behold. A huge cleft, as though the Maker himself had cracked the earth in two, like an egg.
I like eggs.
It looked like someone had tried to build over it, but it must have been abandoned a long time ago. No one in town knew about it.
Who tried to build over it?
Well, people, I suppose. Maybe even the Darkspawn. Well, of course, we had to investigate. That was when Mika fell in. A shriek like you wouldn't believe, and he was gone.
Earth crumbled, not stable.
Right. And as Mika lay there yelling about his knee or his head or what have you, the Darkspawn appeared.
Well, you're alive. Couldn't have been that many.
We got lucky. They seemed occupied, like they had someplace really important they had to be. Didn't notice us at all, thank the Maker.
The Darkspawn was so occupied as to overlook two screaming injured men. Boggles the mind.
I marked the chasm on my map so we could avoid it, but sounds like you want to know where it is, so here you go. So, we getting anything for our trouble?
Take a coin. Take a coin!
A whole sovereign. If there's ever a reason to fall into a Darkspawn pit, here it is. Maker bless you.
Why won't you let us in?
My pardon, sir.
Let them in.
I paid a whole sovereign to give this letter to you. I told him I did. There are easier ways of getting a message to the Commander of the Grey.
Yep. Sure there are. Who gave this to you?
Some visiting knight didn't catch his face. Full helmet, you know. He said he was Sir Wolf of Rivane.
Geralt of Rivia? The White Wolf? Oh, the Dark Wolf.
Ah, the Dark Wolf's nothing but a rumour. Mind you, he was acting suspicious.
Anything else about Geralt?
No, sir. Again, my pardon.
It's the constable's orders. There's no place for you in the city.
But they don't look infected. And he has children.
Excuse me, but I need to search your packs for smuggled goods.
Well, I'm the commander, come on.
But I have to. Constable's orders. We've been having trouble with smugglers and...
What are you doing, man? Are you accusing the Commander of the Grey of smuggling?
But you said everyone...
You are dismissed.
Loser.
I apologize. Smugglers and thieves have all but taken over the city.
Anything I can do?
We could certainly use your help in this. Come speak to me later if you're interested.
Here's the other side of that quest.
Look, we let some in, we'll have the rest scratching at our eyes. I'm glad to see you. Some of my men said an Orlesian wouldn't care to help the people. Nice to see they were wrong.
Of course they're wrong. I'm Orlesian, not a butt. These are my people now. I own them.
Then you should see if you can do anything to relieve our troubles. With trade slowed to a crawl, smugglers have moved in, selling stolen goods at exorbitant prices. If we could shut down their operation and seize their supplies, we could distribute it to the needy.
God. I'll deal with it.
There is a smuggler doing business in the market. He probably knows where the hideout is.
Right, so I think you can actually play into, like, both of these to get some extra experience if you wanted. The cat wants out. Stinky! Oh! What? Oof. Which am I going to pick, though? We can help the city by capturing criminals, right? Alternatively, we can help the smugglers, which is, like, probably good money. Also, it's been smuggled in because people want the stuff, so they're gonna try and get it one way or another. I'd rather they do it from the safety of the city walls than to go out into the woods somewhere and get mugged.
I think I can help with that.
See, I think that there's, like, something to be said about just making drugs illegal entirely and, like, outlawing their sale and just, you know, educating people on, like, how bad, like, all of them are for you. And yes, that includes marijuana. Smoking in general is bad. You don't want to put anything besides air in your lungs. I guess that doesn't account for, like, eating it, but that's not how most people consume it, right?
So, you think there's an apothecary around here somewhere?
I'm not just pulling that out of my ass either. There are, like, studies showing that smoking anything will give you cancer, pretty much. Probably a lot of other problems, too. Like, you'll be hacking up stuff, but... You know, it's funny because we use marijuana to deal with cancer by, like, lowering people's stress, I guess, making them happy. But, alternatively, it also causes it, so that's, like, kind of counterproductive. You just take something else to be happy. Probably. What you need? Are you injured?
You could say that.
You don't sound sure.
Right. Look, for the past few days, I've had this burning rash. The skin's actually got a sort of greenish look to it.
That's gross.
Right. Too much information. Sorry.
Stairs to battlements. Oh, hey, it's Wynn.
Yes?
You a mage? What are you doing here without Templars around?
Yes. I am Wynn, from the Circle of Magi. I work for a time with the one they called the Hero of Ferelden. And you?
Ah, yes, I am the one they will call the Hero of Amaranthine.
I am pleased to meet you, Warden Commander. You have quite a task on your hands, it seems, with the Darkspawn not retreating as they should. I'd offer to help, but I'm afraid my presence is required elsewhere.
Where?
The College of the Magi is convening in Cumberland, and I must attend. Hopefully, all this will blow over before it's begun. But you have enough on your mind as it is. I shan't trouble you with this further.
Cucumberland? Indulge me, please.
Very well. Then perhaps you should know that something stirs within the fraternities. The Libertarians wish to pull away entirely from the Chantry. And if they get enough support...
Pull away entirely? That's madness. I hate Chantry oversight as much as the next mage, but they can't just decide to leave. This is a recipe for disaster.
It is troubling.
Well, it could turn out to be nothing, but keep your ear to the ground anyway. Now, I have a great many preparations to make before I leave for Navarra, but perhaps there is something you can do for me. One of my colleagues, Ines, has spent the last few months in the Wending Wood. The Circle has been unable to reach her, given the trouble in the area. If you happen to find yourself in the wood on your travels, perhaps you could tell her about the meeting of the college.
Gotcha. What if I don't find her, though?
Then we shall just have to get by without her. It would be a pity, though. Hobbies and eccentricities aside, Ines is a well-respected mage and a voice of reason, something we could use on our side. Now I must take my leave. Meeting you was a pleasure, Warden Commander.
You see, go to a quest area, do a thing. Real simple stuff. From the Living Wood, preying on the weak. Control. Donation of injury kits.
It figures, actually.
Well, what's up?
There used to be another statue here. It was a Byron Howe, my great-uncle. He died in the rebellion, helping King Merrick reclaim his throne. Yet his statue is gone. All because of what my father did.
You sure it's not just because it's right outside the church? I think everyone would rather it be a statue of Andraste. Shame anyways.
It truly is. There's a long line of heroes in my family. The Howes have been around since Callan had. Now it's all gone. And for what? For being on the wrong side of the war? For choosing poorly?
Oh, you gotta turn that around, brother.
Not too much pressure, right? I wonder what happened to the old statue. Likely propping up the side of a chantry or something. Poor Al Byron. Yeah, statues of her pigeons. I don't want to look at it.
I think you mean pigeons are for statues. So those flowers we picked up, those are part of one of these notice board quests. We're probably not going to take the time to even read what's on them, but, basically one of them is, like, from either a group of children or a group of thieves, and they just want you to get random shit from around the town, and they kind of become, like, increasingly more valuable.
It's worse than before.
Which is like a sort of psychological trick that some people do if they're like sociopaths.
I think I can help with that.
You just like ask people for small favors, and you know, over time you increase like the severity of this favor, and because this person's used to doing small favors for you, and they'll just like keep going with it, like, yeah, it's none, I help this guy all the time, it's none. And, you know, eventually you just have someone who'll do whatever you ask. Because you've conditioned them to do so.
May I help you? I am fortunate indeed that the Commander of the Grey has taken a personal interest in this matter. I'm sorry our note was vague, but Amaranthine is a hotbed of Maleficar activity. Details of who and what they were about would undoubtedly get back to them.
Maleficarum, here. Don't be ridiculous. There are Templars here. You're one.
States and Maleficarum are all too common across the nation, alas. I have worked with an artist to create these sketches of the three suspects. If you could confront them and question them, you would be doing the Maker's work.
Okay. We don't have to turn them in.
It's not like Karam to be gone this long. I was sure I would find him at the inn.
The example of Andraste and reflect upon the chant of light. Your friends and neighbors would do well to heed it.
Books. Some junk. Long sword. How this has been going so far, I'm not sure we'll actually have time to do the swamp. Maybe we'll do half of it. So you go through it in 2 parts. So maybe we can just do like the first part before we go into the second one, right? I want to pick up all the quests, but I don't necessarily want to fall through on all of them. Then again, we could just use the free XP, because, like, we're getting our asses kicked still. Crown and Line, that sounds like an inn. We gotta talk to the keeper, tell him to open up that pathway.
I hear Hubert's dead.
Some oil. You, me, Backhawks.
That looks fine indeed.
Potted plant. Wow.
I got a sore on my foot from working the fields. Wanna see? It's bleeding and there's pus and everything.
No!
That's gross.
We should rise up.
Huh?
Rise up and take back power. Back from all those nosy guards and who watch us with their eyes.
Sure.
I'll do it, you just watch. Once I get another ale.
Good luck, gamers.
Who do you think would win the fight? Andraste or the
Bartender and innkeeper, what do these mean? I guess an inn is technically like a hotel or a motel.
That would be cheating.
But like,
Are you calling
is an innkeeper not also the barkeeper?
She cheated on her husband, didn't she?
What can I get for you, friend?
Oh, what got? I got shit to sell. Bow of the Golden Sun. Looks pretty good. Mage's Eye, that's a good bow. Nathaniel Blood Mage. Oh, nice. Shadow of the Empire. Kind of like a better version of what I have on. Fleet Feet. Kind of like that. And actually sort through all the stuff I picked up. Maybe some of it's not junk, or most of it is. Can this guy level up? He did not. Okay, well.
What can I get for you?
Stuff to sell. I don't think anyone collects any of this crap, but maybe they do. What do I know? Chastened arm. Yeah, it's kind of strong actually. Ooh, go on a diary. Sounds kind of girly. A Ocelot! Oh, I should be able to buy something. I wanted something here, right? Is that armor? Avian leather boots. Fleet feet. I wanted these. They're expensive, but worth it, I'm sure.
What can I get for you, friend?
Oh, alright. Another reason why I should do this is just because I have the cunning to convince him, so, like, why not? If I was playing a warrior, I wouldn't be able to get this done, probably.
What? Did they put you up to this?
They sure did.
If they can get the Warden Commander to do their dirty work, they can afford to pay me more.
Show me you can be trusted.
You might have a point there. It'll take me some time to move stuff out of the way. Come back soon and it'll be ready. Is there anything else I can do for you?
Nah.
Come back.
Something I can do for you, friend?
Did Mr. Kristoff come through here?
And who are you supposed to be that's asking?
I'm his commander.
Oh, welcome, my lord. Haven't seen that fellow Kristoff for almost a week now. Not sure where he went. His room's paid up to the end of the month. I guess he expected he'd be here a while.
Okay, can I have that key?
Of course. Here you go. It's the last room at the end of the hall. If he comes back and gets upset, however, it's on your head.
Yeah, well, I've got a helmet on my head too, so I think I'm safe. Break that chest.
I think I can help with that.
Oh. Let's toss some Mentos.
I think I can help with that.
Spirit cord. Ugh. Sell that and learn for more. I think that map marked out where he was going is the swamp. Since it's the title of the stream, I thought we'd be going there.
Of course.
I was expecting a farm full of darkspawn to be a farm full of death. Oh no! No! Oh, there's a lot of blood for a ferret. Like walking bomb on it. I killed someone's pet. I'm despicable.
I think I can help with that.
Oh hey, it's that annoying thing. I love when they repurpose assets.
You know, Nathaniel, you're just like me.
Am I now?
Everyone hates...
Hello? Everyone hates you? Is that all you got to say?
Oi, about time you showed up.
Who are you?
Where? You're still here.
I keep my promises. Here, turns out you were right. The cache is here in Amaranthine.
It is? You found it?
I did. What you do with that information is up to you. I, for one, am done dealing with mages.
I guess I should thank you.
Damned right you should. You get caught, Anders? I'm not helping you again. That's all I'm saying.
I suppose that requires some explanation.
Sure does.
Nemea is a friend. Last time I escaped from the tower, I asked her to look into some things. That's why I was in Amaranthine. The Templars thought I'd come to take a ship, but it was to meet her.
To find a cache.
During the Blight, the Templars moved their store of phylacteries to Amaranthine for safety. My phylactery is among them, Nemea learned. So long as the Templars have that sample of my blood, they can find me. I need to destroy it.
Great Warden now, you got diplomatic immunity.
What's to stop the Chantry from deciding mages and the Grey Wardens are apostates too? I want to be sure they can't ever find me again. Ever.
Oh, alright.
It is. It really is. I know we're busy killing Darkspawn and all, but the sooner we find this vial, the better I'll feel. Should we get a move on?
Suspicious guard. He was wearing a full face mask. Pretty scary one, too. I think this is Italian style, maybe Mongolian.
I see you got my letter, Commander. It's an honor to meet you.
Maybe a bit of both. Spooky. Oh, this must be Mr. Dark Wolf. Look how dark his armor is.
In the flesh. The less you know of me, the better. But by some, I am called the Dark Wolf. In the depths of the city, there is murmuring. Murmuring that nobles want you dead. I'd like to help.
What for?
You see, I have hopes that the Wardens will prove more fit to rule this land than the late Arl Rendon Howe. His confederates are the conspirators. But to unearth their identities, I'll need resources. 50 sovereigns.
This is your civic duty, then?
Corrupt, miserly nobles have beggared many a proud commoner. Some commoners turn to distasteful occupations just to survive. Is it not fitting that they would want to strike back in the only way they're able?
I'm sorry, I don't have that much. I just spent all my money.
Too rich for you? I will wait.
Oh, thank you, thank you. It's kind of just one small loop, but it's very dense. The city feels a lot more alive than Denerim did. Not to mention it's not brown. Got some greens, got some grays, some blues, some blue hues. Water. This little keep is a lot nicer than the fucking capital.
As you say. I think I can help with that. It will be done.
Mumbling man. That's sus. What are you mumbling about? Oh, what? What? Oh, he must be one of the Palistates. We're supposed to investigate. Well, if he was just gonna kill anyone who tried to talk to him, he'd sure have died. Oh, I can't compare. See if that's, like, better than what Andrew's got. Okay, well, I'll say no. I want the fire damage boost, but like the mana regen and the chance to knock back are all very useful for support. Oh, back here. It's like a shortcut.
Everywhere.
Oh, it's another one.
Templars. Bloody every... Templars. Bloody everywhere. Must stay sharp.
Kill 'em. Don't you love it when NPCs walk slower than you?
You bloody...
Catch me! That was fucked up.
Keep calm, keep normal. Yes.
I think that's where the
everything is
phylacteries are. It's probably guarded.
Wow, this little warehouse. Alright. Go smash it up. Maybe I can convince them to go away peacefully, since I'm a commander and all.
No guards. Maybe they don't want to draw attention to the cache. Could we be that lucky?
Water. Oh, that's junk. What does that have to do with still waters? A whole set. Wow. 100% good. I'm called damage or what resistance and constitution. Dexterity, defense, no, that's worse. I'll take the gloves. Blood Promise, better mana regen, 4 magic, 4 willpower, 4 armor, boost blood. Okay. Doesn't have armor, but whatever. Oh, it looks slick. The lightning rod. Aquamagus. You like more alcohol? Never enough of this stuff.
That
looks fine to me. I'm a dwarf.
And here I almost believe the infamous Anders wouldn't take the bait.
Ah, yes. I suppose I should have known it would be you.
You made a poor choice with this one, Commander. Anders will never submit, not to us and not to you.
Well, that may be true, but I'm still gonna help him because he's fine for now.
So far, yes. I'll make sure that this murderer is never a bother to anyone again.
What? No, you can't arrest me! King Alistair allowed my conscription.
The Chancellor's authority supersedes the Crown in this matter. You cannot hide within the Grey Warden's ranks.
Well, I lost a companion for him, so he stays with us.
Hardly surprising. The Grey Wardens have ever been a haven for criminals and Maleficar. I do not know how you inspire such loyalty, Anders, but it will avail you naught. Now you come with us.
Real simple, he's charming. Hey. Oh, shit, there's more of them. Got it. So does this have a fail state, or like does the effect just not appear sometimes?
Never a dull moment!
Oh, it's actually easy.
I wonder if Nemea knew about this. I guess it doesn't really matter. Thank you. You stood by me, and I appreciate that.
We're friends, and friends do friend things because friends...
I guess they do. Anyhow, let's go before someone else rushes in to waggle a finger at us.
That's what you call waggling a finger? I think they waggled a sword. Also, he didn't smash your phylactery. You're voice the maker, huh? Okay.
I think I can help with that.
Acolyte staff. It's kind of junk.
Very well. I think I can help with that.
I guess he did the phylactery on his own. Alright. Oh, Nathaniel leveled up. He can wear armor now. Does he want health or stamina? At least stamina. Needs to be able to have that bear summoned. Give him that. Right, unless there's something good he can get here. Sustained, nah. Nah. Alright, so how much does this take up? Sweet. So, Great Bear summoning it. Okay, so self summoning, not accompanied by summoned creature, usability or activate mode, summon bear. Bear becomes enraged, gaining bonus strength, but also suffers 15 talented defense. Okay, slams target, it hits, deals critical damage, target down. Probably check out what these other ones do. White Wolf. He's got the Howl and Shred. Those are two good moves. Spider. And it's Morgan. Okay, well, I think that the Wolf's actually probably the most useful of these. So, bam. Red's a good move. Did I set that? Okay, so summon creature. Oh. I guess I have to wait till he's actually summonable again. Weaponsmith. Oh wow, no dialogue. Menacing rune tracing. Allen of the Skies. The dagger. Eh. I don't think it's better than mine. About the same, actually. You guys have a lot of legendary weapons from the main campaign. Nice to see. Too bad this campaign has too much fat loot. Woo! Your iron. Sure, Wade and Herren would like that. Only on too many things. I also have to equip him. Take that. Yes. Oh no, he doesn't have pants on now. He still doesn't have any boots. Due to all attributes, health regen. Yeah, I'll give it to Nathaniel. And now he should be able to wear boots, actually, so that's good. And gloves. Hell yeah. Thigh-high boots and short shorts on a man. Mm-mm.
That...
Yep, they got more of that good shit. Spirit Warrior, hell yeah.
was an old lady here who used to sell apples as big as my head. I think she was a witch. Delilah? Is that really you?
Nathaniel, I had feared the worst.
I've watched Sleeping Beauty. Snow White. I think both of them had something to do with an apple,
Times
right?
must have been hard,
No,
Delilah.
she pricked her finger on a...
But you can do
on a
better than
limb.
this. Come back to the estate until we find somewhere else.
What? Oh, Nathaniel, I didn't marry Albert out of desperation. I adore him. I was so glad to get away from Father's evil. This life is so much better.
Father's evil? Isn't that overstating things a little? He got caught up in politics.
You weren't here. You didn't see what he did, Nathaniel. You want the culprit who destroyed our family? It was him, without question.
I had no idea.
You take her word for it.
But you always worshipped Father, right from when you were a little boy. Come, brother, let us sit and catch up a bit, shall we?
It's more of a girl thing to worship your father.
She said she wants me to come back once all this is done. Meet her husband. She's due by the spring. She seems happy. She said Father deserved to die. I still can't believe it.
Why are you so happy about that? And all I was trying to say, you don't take an apple from a witch, alright? It's bad for you. Bad for your health. Dr. Steve Brule recommends not taking apples from witches for your health. You don't believe her?
I thought he had his reasons. It was a war for Andraste's sake. Before I went to the Free Marches, he was never... How could he have changed so much?
Oh, okay. So he actually meant that he couldn't believe it, but the way he said it sounded like happy. Like, wow, I can't believe it. This is so great. My father deserved to die. Oh, if he was successful, he'd be a hero, just as he thought.
Or we'd all be dead, and the blight still going on. Some hero. I wish I'd known some of this sooner. I feel like such a fool. Now please, let's get back to our business. I need to think.
Whoa!
We have done well.
I think there were only 3 suspects, so I guess we can turn that in on our way out. Oh god.
I'm here.
I really don't want to listen to that walking sound. The Blight Wolf surrounded by at least 2 use owl. Oh, that's cool. Strange. So I can't actually set commands for the wolf, can I? That sucks. Master Henley. I had a friend in elementary school with a similar last name. He's also kind of fat, so this guy reminded me of him a bit. He didn't even talk. I think some of the companions will teach you how to get those classes, but you can just buy them too. Nervous.
Warden Commander,
Thank the Maker you're finally here. I was afraid our messages never got through to you.
Nervous?
Yes. Thank you for coming to the Guild. We need your help.
Oh,
Our
the Merchants
caravans
Guild.
are being attacked. The wagons are burnt to ashes, and there have been no survivors. It's gotten worse lately. People from the neighboring villages have found guards torn limb from limb and left in the village square.
Why?
I don't know. How would I know the minds of these monsters, whoever or whatever they are? Whatever it is, it's completely crippled trade between Amaranthine and Denerim. No one wants to travel the road through the Wending Wood. Can the Grey Wardens help at all?
I'll look into it.
I suppose I have to be content with that. It is better than nothing. If you can stop the killings, the Merchants Guild will make a hefty donation to your organization. You have my promise.
Really rather sad what happened with that friend, or just like all of them in general. You know, I started school, met the guy in kindergarten, tried to make friends with people, didn't work out so well because I was retarded, but, you know, I ended up, getting held back the year after kindergarten and doing an extra year, again, because I'm disabled, but, you know, basically that taught me early that these people are not going to be around forever. So it, like, hindered my ability to form connections. And, you know, I'm sure to an extent everybody has that kind of deal, but, like, literally that whole year's worth of progress is completely gone because I'm never going to see those kids again. They are now in a grade above me.
Of course.
I did actually run into him again, because turned out I was smart later on, but... so I got into advanced classes, but... still, I met the guy in kindergarten. He's a different guy. I didn't bother.
Very well.
Ah, can you smell that? That is the smell of freedom. It comes complete with the smell of dogs and dust, but the freedom is in there too.
Yeah. Oh, that's just someone baking a pie, man.
Oh, the fact that there are pies around to smell is a step up for me. I've had a pieless existence, more or less. I escaped from the tower 7 times. After the last time, they put me in solitary confinement for a year. Eventually, I'm sure they would have branded me a Maleficar, true or not, and executed me.
Probably should, since you escaped 7 times.
They're not murderers. They only kill mages when they can prove we're dangerous, for the good of all. The problem is that mages are tolerated, barely. It's like you need permission to be alive. There's nothing a mage can do to prove himself. Everyone needs to be protected from you. The end.
Yeah.
The rest of the world can kiss my backside. Ugh. All I want is a pretty girl, a decent meal, and the right to shoot lightning at fools.
Don't we all?
See? I knew you understood. Never mind me. Now and again I recall that I'm not sitting in a cell and I have to smile. That's all.
Oh. So, yeah, I just because that's such an early experience, I'd like to blame part of that on my inability to make connections, but, like, just in general, Every time that I met a new person that I got along with, I never saw them again for like my entire school career. It's really shitty. Yeah, once I got into the advanced classes, I started to see like the same groups of kids again, but it was very rare that I would be in a class with people that I actually cared for. All the cool kids, in my mind, the ones that I actually liked, would be in the other group. So I think there were like, I don't know, probably like 50 advanced students total, so there were like 2 classes going on at any given time. I just always got the fucking lame one.
Yes.
So, you know, instead of making friends and never seeing him again, I was eventually just like, okay, later. I'm just not gonna talk. Which I thought would be easier, but like, at a certain point I just stopped learning things in school too, so like, I got my work done quickly and then I had nothing to do with my whole day, which made me only hate the place all that much more.
It will be done.
And like that mindset's like difficult to get out of. Even at my current job, I don't talk much to the people around me because like they're gonna come and go. Or they're just too old. You know, normally at like service industry, restaurant type things, you get like teenagers, people, college students, people who don't have good jobs yet, so they have to deal with this bullshit. But no, at this place, it's mostly like moms and dads, which is surprising because like it's not a great paying thing. Like these people must be real fuck ups. They're working here, which is also not a good reason to make them my friends, is it?
Excellent work with the bartender.
Yeah, anything else you need, my man?
Of late, thieves have had an unfortunate effect on our profits.
Sick.
This reduces the amount we can pass to you. We run them off, but they are like rats. Perhaps you could find a more permanent solution.
I like killing people.
My associate will meet with you in the den. Thank you again, Warden Commander.
Okay, well, if we take a shortcut through the den here, we should end up back at the tavern, which can lead us to Chantry. Muttering elf out of control. Austin. That muttering elf has to be the one that we killed, right? It can't be the same guy. Oh, okay. Okay, he's dead. He just has a quest marker on him.
It will be done.
to clear all this stuff out. But like, what I mean by I stopped learning things eventually, I'm sure that sounded very pessimistic. Well, see, at a certain point, you've learned enough of the basic fundamentals of, like, science or math or whatever that, you know, things just start making sense, and you don't really need to read a book to figure things out anymore. Basically, I can ask me a question, I come up with a hypothesis, it would be mostly accurate. As far as science went. But then with math, once you get into like Algebra 2 and everything past that, it turns into just functions. As in, it gave you a formula, you have to remember that formula, and that's all there is to it. You're basically solving the same problem over and over with different numbers. And that's why we call it a function, because you could have a computer do this stuff for you. You're just putting a number in for a variable. Which is what I did eventually. Once I learned how to program, I just wrote calculators to do my math homework. Because, again, I'm doing the same question over and over. Why do I have to do that? I'm not learning anything. I've memorized a formula. That's all there was to it.
As you said. Is the battle over yet? Very well. There is no hope for you now.
Ha! I knew we'd manage somehow.
And, you know, with a lot of these classes, you'd spend, like, an entire quarter of the year with just one formula to remember, or sometimes that's the only one that you'll ever need. Like,
Of course.
oh, these guys probably want to talk. Are there enemies around?
I see you got rid of our unwanted guests. Thank you. Allow me to offer this donation.
Okay. Thanks.
If you don't mind, there is one last thing we could use your help with. The city guard is investigating our little operation. The lieutenant in charge needs to disappear. He should be in the guardhouse. One of his men will have the key.
Alright.
The city guard will not be pleased, but it's unlikely they'll be able to do anything about it. Good luck.
Maybe you don't have to go that far.
I think I can help with that.
Yes.
Right, as I was saying, so like, in my senior year, that literally was the final math class I took. We just did one formula for the whole year. Which, like, it was a normal class. I didn't do the advanced one because it was going to be a college level thing. So, like, why should I suffer that class if I can't afford to take the exam? I was already in another college level class, so, like, I need to pay for that exam, which is, like, $50 or more, maybe 90. I don't remember. It was expensive. I couldn't afford that. My dad could barely afford it. Just, you'll want those, Nathaniel. He wants this too?
This is nice.
This is nice. Where are those lockpicks?
This is nice.
He makes up for the loss he gave me. I know I make it sound like it was easy, but no, I actually still didn't get perfect grades in math class because I thought that a lot of this work we had to do was redundant. So, you know, I just, you know, skip a bunch of steps, write down the correct answer. And, you know, I still lost points because we need to show every step so we can, like, prove that we understood what we were doing. But, like, I do understand what we're doing. We put the numbers in the formula and it works. So that was really disappointing. Not that it affected my grades too much. But, you know, that's like the bulk of what I got to do when I was there. The main classes are no longer teaching me anything. And I've already resigned myself to not have friends because everybody disappears very quickly. Or I just don't like the people around me. You know, teachers are lazy. They usually seat you by, like, alphabetical order. So in the event that I'm with people I know, surrounded by people that I don't necessarily care for still, and it's always the same people. Is this that guard?
Yes.
It is.
Too slow!
So, you know, at a certain point, I wish that I could have just opted into having more electives or something. Taking more art classes would have made me happier, made my day more bearable, because my education was already above that of what the standard graduate was going to have. So surely I don't need to get more of stuff that I don't really want to learn. And, you know, unless you're in the college level class, that stuff's not going to help you too much in the future either, because you're going to have to relearn it, you're going to have to take additional stuff when you go into college, so that's still
like moths
just
to
a waste of
flame.
time, completely.
Women like it when men show affection for small, fuzzy, defenseless beings. Like you.
Yeah, stupid mage. Every time I pull something...
Repent and have faith.
Oh, there's the end of the soapbox, I guess. I don't think I had a point other than just I hate school. And I have trouble maintaining relationships with people. So many people just disappear after a single year. It's really weird how that pattern is. It's not like they move away, they just stop coming.
I will pray for you, Commander.
As that probably played a big role in the why I didn't want to go to college either. I just feel like school is a shitty learning environment and it wastes a lot of my time, doesn't respect my time. I know how to do things, I'm better at teaching myself, all the information in the world is available on the internet for free. They're both legal and illegal means. The issue with that is that, like, job interviews and stuff, they don't, like, have a test for you to take to prove that you know what you're doing. They just want to see a certificate. Or degree or whatever.
I've thought about...
I don't have time to actually see if you're worth anything.
What you said, Anders. The comparison between my family and yours. It's idiotic. I'm not about to transform into an abomination simply for being a How.
I didn't say it was a perfect analogy.
Being a How also does not allow me to control your mind.
Kinda miss...
Well, I guess I killed that guard captain, right? Maybe not. No, I did. I want to have that 50 coins so I can, like, start that thing and he'll be ready when I come back. I guess I could sell this. Alright, we are good. I know I'm not going to use most of that stuff. But keeping it anyways because we have a stash available to us.
Greetings, Warden Commander. You're the sort who delights in helping the common man, yes? May I direct you to the Merchants Guild's board?
Yeah, well, I've already seen it.
Me? No, not me, personally. Folk here often need goods from far-flung parts. They post the requests here. There is good coin in this, particularly with trade halted by the trouble on the roads. If you ever feel inclined, please take a look at the jobs available.
Gotcha. I just want to pay this man and get out of here. I thought maybe we were going to do the first part of the swamp, but we've used a lot of time. No poison to collect, wow.
It will be done.
Every day you wait, the conspiracy closes a noose around your neck.
Yeah, well, I got your money.
It will be done. Give me some time.
I know I could have left through that door. I think that those kids wanted these poison bottles, maybe. I just have to stop at the smuggler's den and then we'll leave. I guess we'll head back to the Vigil. I'll throw some stuff in the stash. That'll probably be the end. This is a pretty standard session for us, right? We got our asses beat a bit, and then we walked around aimlessly and talked aimlessly. I didn't even want to do all this, but I did it anyways. I'm stupid. It's not even where the kid basket was it? I think it's in the tavern, actually. Just where I'm going, because that leads to Smuggler's Den.
As there is but one world, one life.
Real shame they decided to make the Griffins extinct. Griffins are cool. And, like, you don't see them in any other game. I know I talked about before how, like, dragons have never been, like, flying creatures. I feel like griffins got phased out because they couldn't fly either. But now, like, we're past that. Dragons can fly. So why don't we get to fight some griffins, huh? I think the last time I saw one was in like a shitty first-person shooter called Legendary. It was one of those like early console launches that's just like an hour long. Probably overcharged for its money.
Of course.
What, the guy didn't move into his new home? He's gone. The guard sergeant, human level 20. Do I have to kill several of them? Let's do that. I think all of these ones are connected, so it should be quick. Oh, he said the sergeant, like there was only one, but like there's several of them. Misleading. I thought maybe I was supposed to take all these battlements on a path towards them and I'd fight all the guards along the way, but that's not the case. Also, this quest might have bugged. I killed all 3 of the mages. They just still have quest markers and like the Templar isn't letting me turn it in. Maybe it'll fix itself when I come back in. Another thing that I got patches for, but like, I guess they're not working. A lot of things aren't working.
What are you doing here? You're not one of the city guard.
Time for you to die.
Help!
They help, you're the guard.
Enemies ahead!
Nathaniel's got this.
Excellent! We have done well!
Very well.
I think I can help with that.
Who are you?
Rescued by the legendary commander of the Grey himself. I'm honored. My name is Jason. I'm the finest archer in the whole Arling.
Jason.
If you'd have my bow, I'll rain terror among your enemies.
Alright.
You won't regret it. If you'll excuse me, sir.
Yes, that's my reward for doing that, but like, why the hell was he there? What is he in for? All of when good things just happen to you. Not along.
It is so good to see you well, Commander.
Lost a mage. No. This is the last one, that's why the quest didn't complete.
Suffer for what you have done to my apprentices.
This is a waste of time.
Didn't say anything about a fourth guy, but alright. Killed him with a block.
Very well.
Oh, I had more poison.
Yes.
Alright, surely I can turn that one in now.
It will be done.
I feel like his load times are slowly getting longer.
I will pray for you, Commander.
Okay, I guess it's still not done. Whatever. Whatever. Sat through the loading screen for nothing. Guess I'll go talk to the smuggler and leave. Finally, like I was going to do like 10 minutes ago. Oh, voodoo doll. So he is bugged. The other corpses disappeared. How strange. I'd assume the next time you load the city, it would check all the quest flags and see what needs to be done. Though it is possible that quest is just kaputs. On you freaking loading wheel. I gotta piss.
I heard the news. Thank you. We are grateful for your continued support.
Sat through a loading screen for that. We got 20 gold at least. Now we're gonna sit through another loading screen. These areas are connected, then why aren't they just one instance? They're both pretty small, it couldn't take that long to load them. In fact, that's a pretty common technique with this kind of thing. You'll have like the outside as a map that you load in, and then you'll have all of the interiors as one map that you'll load in. It'll just be like separated by a black void. So theoretically, if we're moving between interiors like that, it should have just been like an instant teleport. Maybe you throw up the loading screen for half a second to fool me. Now, I guess that is technically like a waste of load time and RAM if you're only going to go into one of those buildings, but I don't know. If you happen to go into multiple interiors, then it was worth it, because load times will be shorter since this stuff's already in your RAM. So I think it's reasonable to assume that if you are questing in the town and going into a single interior, you'll probably be doing other quests.
Have you ever thought?
Otherwise, you're stopping at the marketplace or something.
Not sure I can. Technically, I'm a surface dwarf now.
Why, technically? You don't know for certain?
It's not like they send you a letter. Congratulations, you've been ejected from the warrior caste.
Do you care?
Sometimes. Then I drink more and it goes away.
How you do? More strength, constitution. Hey, you can finally get it. What? No, you can take the stamina. Nothing wrong with that. Passives.
What do you want?
Probably should have gotten them second wins. You're probably high enough level for that. Oh well. More strength. What can we get? What can we get? Punisher. Oh, I'll put down like target is elite or higher or something. Didn't auto assign to anything. Enemy rank elite or higher. His ability Punisher. Alright, well, we got more stuff. These are the three major areas. And there's probably some quest things up here, but don't gotta worry about that. It's weird how this map has color on it too. The other one was just a piece of paper, wasn't it?
People talk about
This one's got a little green on it.
What are you on about now?
Cat piss. Little kitty there makes me want to vomit.
Don't listen to him, Sir Lancelot. You smell just fine.
That's the toxoplasmosis talking.
You're back. You need anything? Come back soon.
Vigil Herren. I don't think that, like, a time slot passes until after you've done a major event. So, the basement shouldn't have been dug out anymore at all. There's probably not anything new for us to do here. We're just gonna stash some of our crap. See if any of our new companions will want it. I'll keep, like, one set of it that I think will be good for a new tank.
You know, I'm actually not the first How to be a Grey Warden.
Yeah, I'm sure. You said you're full of heroes. You're in family tradition, then? Eh?
Following in
cool.
my grandfather's footsteps, more like. His name was Padric Howe. He joined the Order before it returned to Ferelden just after the war. Never contacted his family again. Just vanished. Now that I know about the joining, I think he died.
Oh, that's sad. People don't get told.
Told what? The joining is a secret.
I can't say he
Father
died in
always said
action.
he was a horrible man for abandoning the family to join a pointless cause. I grew up ashamed of my grandfather. But now I see his bravery. That will take some getting used to.
Sure, you just, take those good feelings you had for your father, move them over to your granddad, and vice versa, Should be easy, just switch it. Wasn't even a blight, come on.
There isn't a blight now, either. That doesn't mean Grey Wardens aren't still needed.
This is a rare case.
I told you that the bow you gave me was my grandfather's, didn't I? Thank you for that. At any rate, we should probably get back to it. There are Darkspawn to kill, I'll bet. Somewhere.
Oh, okay. Anders has stuff to say, too. Oh, boy. Got lots of crap to put away. Pod plant and scarf. Or a journal. I don't know who wants this. That away. Hold on to this in case I take it back. Whatever. Hold on to that. And that's kind of junk, but whatever. Restriction rogue, so nobody else is gonna use that. Landsmate shield. Get this. We have to compare this. Armor's better, damage is better. Nah, shield's epic. It doesn't have the spell resistance, but it's nor the willpower, but it does have a stamina boost. We're keeping this one. Yep, I guess we can sell those two. Get rid of these. Storm Chaser, Fleet Feet. Those away. Eh. We'll sell those. Get any good weapons? No. Okay. Sell some crap now.
You need anything?
Everything is slowing down. I bought the shield and I didn't even get to use it. Amazing. It's amazing that I bought it at all, I guess. Normally nothing you can get in the stores is better than the stuff that you find. True in both games with place loot and random loot, because they're not going to sell you a legendary in a store in the case of random loot. But with place loot, you gotta work for your legendaries. So, like, they're gonna be better than what you bought as well. So, basically, money is worthless. Oh, it's really surprising how much of I blew this session. Wasted so much time, but Amaranthine pretty taken care of. We'll stop in there again after we do our next thing. I don't know how long this swamp is gonna take. Maybe we'll get 2 things done next session. I don't know. Hopefully we won't get our asses beat so hard, but I guess that's all we've got time for today. See you in a week. Bye-bye.